Everyone, it's Gina with Peonies of America. Good evening. Just a little walkthrough this evening. Early June garden transformation, kind of looking at everything as the warmer weather is fixing to be upon us, and the transformation of spring into summer. So tomorrow, here's the stalk. It's done. It's going out. But the bells of Ireland, the bachelor buttons will be pulled out. And I still have the peony plants that I will be taking care of this summer throughout these beds. I have put Nepeta in that's growing very well and kind of taking over the box right now to kind of fill in for some of the bare spaces. The gaura, I put in some young plants of gaura, but they are coming on and they are showing some shoots coming up, and they are all throughout all three of the beds. The gaura is. I have a sunflower that came up on its own. Some more of the lettuce that I need to pull out. I've pulled out a lot already, and the beds will start looking a little bare, but I have put in some other sun-loving and heat-loving plants. I've got some beans that will be growing up on this this rack here, along with some peppers. I've got some of the sage here, or salvia, that should come on with the sun. It's been raining a lot, so everything was kind of has been really waterlogged here. So I'm looking forward to having some warmer weather and the sunshine for these plants. The peonies look absolutely wonderful though in here. I've got foxglove all throughout here and some more delphiniums, but I'm not sure how they will do once we start reaching up into the 90s. We have not had any 90-degree temperatures here in southern Oklahoma all year, and that is really unusual. But it has been nice to enjoy the spring flowers. So now it's time to transition into more of the summer-loving flowers. Here I've got some lavender along with the peonies that I will be watching and tending to all summer. I've got some late zinnias now just starting to come up. The foxglove will not do well in the heat, I do not believe. I do have dahlias all where the stakes are, and in some of my other videos you see me planting the dahlias, but I have several dahlias throughout this bed that will kind of fill in because the foliage does get quite large. And I have some ornamental allium here, the small bubbles that come up about 2 foot tall, and then put the really pretty balls, purple allium spears on there. I've got some cilantro. And I also, another lavender here. Here's some of my dahlias. The Queen Anne's lace is still going strong. And then really the show right now, spring into the first of the summer, has got to be the cleome. It's just absolutely gorgeous right now. I'm really stealing the show. And I will definitely remember that next year. I just am so grateful to have those blooming so beautiful. And down here I have planted some pumpkins along with some more foxglove, the cosmos, some more nepeta that will take over here, and some more phlox, cosmo, hollyhock. The agrostemma is a cool flower, and it looks like it's finishing up its spring bloom. Lots of phlox in this third bed, along with watermelon, squash, some blueberry plants that I put in. So I have transformed the beds slowly and have added a lot of heat-loving plants for the summer. So it'll be kind of a transition right now from spring to summer, but it'll be interesting to see. And some of the summer plants are starting to pop up. The gaura will take over, the ornamental alliums will, and squash and those type of plants will definitely take over. My ornamental kale, which has just been absolutely phenomenal. Here, squash and pumpkins along the edges of the beds. Lots of delphiniums, but I'm not real sure how they will do once we reach into the 90s. And there's a really nice watermelon plant. But the beds look really good. It'll be interesting to see the transformation. I'll be pulling some of the cool flower plants out. And then the allium. I do not believe they are ornamental alliums. I think what they are is they're wild onion. I have some growing over on the road, and I think some of them got over in this bed. And here I have a pumpkin growing in the above ground box. Oh my, it's really starting to come on. That'll be fun. The bachelor buttons are about done. I'll be pulling those slowly as they go, along with the agrostemma. The cosmos are just now coming on, and they're a beautiful pop of purple color, just a really deep magenta. And in the above ground boxes, I have lots of squash, not a lot, but a few squash here and there. I really have to keep those under control, or they will just take over the whole bed. The forget-me-nots. The sweet peas really grew well, all in every area that I planted it, but they did not bloom. And again here, this bed here looks beautiful with the cosmos and just full bloom. Very, very short. I pinched them back the whole time and they stayed very nice and just full of buds. The strawberry plants, I have those throughout the beds also. And those were really fun. I had planted those for the grandkids. Little lavenders that are coming up. Some more gaura. And again, lavenders that I have just planted, yarrow. Definitely a heat-loving plant. And then over here, pretty much the same pattern. Sweet peas that didn't flower. And lots of bachelor buttons. Some more phlox down on the ground for ground cover. Nepeta, some foxglove again. Just really try to keep it kind of free. More of a cottage garden type of look and feel when you walk through it. Just something interesting with a lot of texture. The carnations are coming up here. They overwintered. And this is another flush of agrostemma that was planted later. And the agrostemma, which is here, is a cool weather blooming plant. So I think once the temperatures do reach up into the upper 80s, they will die back and I will pull these out. And then all I will have in these upper beds are these above ground boxes will be the cosmos, the gaura, and the peonies. And I'm not sure how the others will last. Of course, the delphiniums are perennial, and they'll probably just die back. And but anyway, that is an early June garden walkthrough, kind of a transition from spring, late spring, and now we're just waiting for summer. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.